What's up, everybody? It's Carter here. Hope you're having a great day. Got a nice little code for you again. I guess it's not really a little code. It's actually a pretty big code. What we got is something that people have been asking me about a lot, and that is finally, can I get them a casino game that is going to actually do some damage in the store? You know, the surf slot did pretty well. A lot of people out there are, messing around with a few different slot machines out there, but really looking for a multi-line game, a little bit more of something they can put some horsepower behind. So what I did is I picked up this little guy, this little party slots, and if you read the article, you'll see the story a little bit. Found this on Apptopia, and I bought this for $7,500. Worked the guy down. He wanted a lot more than that, but $7,500 is still nothing to blow you, whatever the expression is, shake your hand at or whatever. And I knew that it was a good investment, and I was going to make my money back. So in the meantime, I figured, why not let everyone else make their money back, even though they didn't have to spend that money? So enough about me. I took this code, and I approached Alex, who he did the what's the pick, and the poker code that's on the site. Awesome programmer, great with customer support. And he went through and he completely redid this whole thing. The reason I'm showing you this page right now is because I just want to walk through and just show you, this thing is like perfectly laid out, especially for the reskin side of things. This is all the symbols and slot machine stuff that you're going to need. So when you send this to your designer, this is going to be really, really nice. And then going back, we got all the PSDs. Everything's laid out perfectly for you. It really makes a huge difference. Alex did a terrific job, and I'll show you the X code in a second. And also there's a 13-page documentation here, which is just totally awesome. If you have any questions, it walks you through everything. But this game is really something that I think a lot of you are going to like. And if it's definitely not for everyone, because this is a big game. This is kind of the pro level stuff, and it's not for everyone. That's why it's going to be a little more expensive, but it's also why it's going to offer a lot more for people that are looking for that extra push in the casino world. So, without further ado, let's get this party started here. So I want to show you real quick. I'm going to close that. Just for anyone who's interested, because actually after the last few codes I've put up, people have asked me about the actual code or source code itself, which is awesome. But I just want to show you like how neatly and nicely this is laid out. I mean, it's beautiful. Before this, it was definitely not anywhere near this nice. I can attest to that. I had to have a couple developers working on that to get it locked and loaded. But you're going to get this. It's basically ready to go for you. You don't have to do a whole lot. And let's just fire it up. Let me show you what we got. So when I first got this code, it wasn't nearly as good as this for monetization purposes. It only had a few banners. I think they were AdMob, a little Tapjoy, and that's about it. Might have had Chartboost actually, but I went through and really souped it up, and you can see the revenue in the actual article, but I want to make this kind of turnkey for just an absolute crushing app for casinos. So you'll see when you start off that there's a full screen here, and this is App 11 SDK, and this obviously Candy Crush is one of their biggest advertisers, and you'll notice that I put this in the view controller. That's what they recommend doing, and it pops up in a few different places, which you'll see. I'm just going to turn the and so you walk in, and this looks kind of similar to some of those top-level apps, some of those like Slotomania and AAA title level apps. You got the background, you got the movement of coins falling. You can slide between the different, I guess these are called rooms or slot rooms or whatever, and it shows you that they're required by level 7. Anyone who doesn't know that, levels are determined up here, and so you have to get a certain amount of points to unlock level 2, for example. And you keep playing them, and you get to level 3, the Mega Boolean level opens, and so on and so forth. And what that does is it forces people to play more to unlock more levels. It's just kind of a standard thing to do in a casino app, and it works really well for retention and all that, and re-engagement. So this has got all that baked in already. Up here you see the home button, which brings you back to this if you're ever playing a slot game. In here you got your coin balance, your buy, and I'll show you that in a second. Up here's a nice little leaderboard that you can actually customize this text, and it's going to just say like what you need to do to get to the next level and how you doing, whatever. Put a cute little message in there. And over here is this is obviously ranking your points on how many spins you've made and how big the spins have been. so if you want to move up the levels. Down here, Alex did a lot of cleanup down here. It looks a lot better than it did. It's a lot less confusing. This is Game Center. When you click it, I'm not signed in, so it doesn't work. But this is Game Center. It's going to automatically log people into the leaderboard, which is terrific. Buy coins. So when you click this is going to say it doesn't work because I haven't hooked up the IDs in the simulator yet. But this is all going to pull directly out of your iTunes Connect account, all the prices and everything. So you can actually keep that kind of dynamic, which is really, really cool as opposed to it being baked into the actual design. That's actually really good for sales and anything like that. So something to keep in mind, that can be a really effective monetization strategy. And down here, you click on your More Games button. This is obviously Playhaven. You click No Thanks, and it brings you to an offer wall, which we're going to click No. And if you look on the in the article, I show you how effective those are. I think the net ECPM on these is like $43, pretty much day in, day out. That's the average over the last since I ever launched this, which was in like early June-ish or something like that. So I guess it's a little over a month and a half. And that's the lobby. Bottom line is this looks pretty much like most other really nice slot machine games. It doesn't have the same, some of the same bells and whistles that those other have, but this is definitely a step above what you've probably seen for what else is out there in terms of source code you can license. So I'm gonna pop this open, and obviously this is the view controller coming back because the view controller is loading again. And that's why this shows up. If you don't want this to show up so often, you can change where you put it in the code. You can mess around with that, but this is where it's at and what you'll get. And then you get into the whatever you want to call it, the actual slot area. And you obviously got the leaderboard. All this is the same. And what's nice about this slot machine game is this has 20 lines you can play. So 20 lines. If you don't know what that means, it's basically a multiplier on your bet. So if you bet $1, but you bet 20 lines, you're actually betting $20 for that bet. And you can also obviously drastically increase your chances of winning. That's something that a lot of apps don't have unless you get into the upper tier apps. So that's super, super important. I'm just going to walk through this a little bit. Obviously, you got all your symbols and you got the coins falling, add a little effect. The original guy added some auto spin, which is pretty cool. So you can do 5, 10, 20, 40 spins and just hit that, and these users can just let it run, which is amazing if you ask me. That's terrific. The pay table, it's going to show you what what everything pays out at, which is great. You got your lines. So when you increase your lines, it shows you what the lines that you'll win are going to be. And you go down to 1, just like the basic 1 line. You change your bet. That's going to change depending on certain factors, but let's say 25, the max bet's here, and this is going to show you what you won once you spin it. Down here, this is more games. This is going to be Chartboost. This is all ready to rock. Free game, when you click that, that's going to be RevMob. That's actually done pretty well. That ECPM on that's like $900 or something crazy because it converts so well. So that's pretty exciting. And then free casino games. This is a Playhaven. This is the same as before, but on the publisher dashboard, what I would do is I would actually go in and unselect anything that's not a casino game. And every couple days I would go in and make sure any new advertisers that were automatically defaulted on, I would turn off so that it only showed casino games. And that's why that does so well, relatively speaking. I mean, that's a big reason why it only converts on casino games. So when you click spin, you can see this is obviously a little slow because it's in the simulator, and the simulator always messes up this kind of graphics, these engines. But it'll speed up as every time it lands on one of these symbols. But what you'll see is that it goes through and it starts to speed up a little bit. If you download this onto your phone or your iPad, you'll notice that it's a lot faster. And as the memory picks up, this is obviously getting better and better. And if you only did 1 line like I did, it's only gonna count this one. But if you make a lot more lines, I'm not gonna do another spin just because it takes a little while. The user can really increase their chances of winning. And then this updates and the coins update. And that's about it. That's how kind of the slot machine games go. What's nice about this is it's engaging. It's got a lot that users can do. And more importantly, it's got a really good, it's like a bonus system game. So every once in a while, you'll see a bonus game pop up, and it's going to be like sometimes it's, hey, I'm just going to see if I can get one to pop up real quick. It's like, hey, play the That's what it says. If you get to the next level, it's like unlock the gold chest and play the free game or find the free gold, or it might be like spin the wheel every time you come back into the game. And so this keeps going. I mean, and you unlock all these apps, and things get more and more, and you keep playing and adding to it, and that's pretty much what you got. There's some local notifications in here, so when you leave the game, like every 5 minutes, and then another set of time after that, it'll shoot off a note to a push notification automatically and say, hey, come back and play. You're not done yet. So it's that sort of thing. And you can customize what it says and everything like that, which is great. And it's just a good game. It's universal. It works really, really well. Obviously, the numbers speak for themselves. And mostly, more than anything, this game is just like, this is the next level of code. For most of the codes we've put out there, anyone who has some level of experience and some level of ambition can walk their way around it. This code is definitely the next level where if you know what you're doing, you can definitely get around and you can update stuff. But if you're just getting into code, this probably isn't for you. And I would urge you. You probably want to wait to hold off on this. At the same time, if you have reskinned a few games and you're ready to take it to the next level and make some really good money and actually maybe start advertising this game, this is for you. Like, this is kind of the entry into the next level of gaming, and it's definitely where it's going, and this is where the real big money is. So I wanted to put this out there and give an opportunity to people who are ready to take that step before they make a huge investment into a big casino game and be able to really knock it out of the park. So that's that, and I think the article will fill in all the rest of the gaps and leave any comments, and Alex and I will respond. So I hope this works out for a lot of people and you all make tons and tons of money. So I'll catch you soon. All right, see ya.